Hi, I'm Heather. Welcome to class. Today we're going to do a short, simple sequence. Before we begin, if you find this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified when a new video is available. Let's start using a brick to sit on. We'll sit in Virasana, the hero pose, and depending on your knees, a flat brick may be all that you need. You may prefer to turn it up to the next height. You may need 2 bricks. So if we place that brick, whether it's flat or the next level up, between your ankle bones, knees together, squeeze the ankle bones against the brick and then come to sit back onto the brick. And of course, if your buttocks don't land and sit on the brick, turn it up the next height or use 2 bricks. Potentially, if the knees are really problematic, you sit on a chair. Interlock the fingers, settle the knuckles onto the crown of the head and press the crown up into the knuckles, ensuring that the trapezius descend. Draw the top of the pelvis on the back body down, away from the back ribs, encouraging a long lumbar spine. As you then inhale, stretch the arms up. Squeeze the elbow tips in and exhale, arms down. Swap the interlock and again, knuckles on the crown. Press the crown up as the trapezius descend. Inhale, arms up. Squeeze the elbow tips in, arms are straight. Lower back is long and broad. Exhale, the arms back down again. Stretch down to the fingertips. Turn the palms out. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Look up, unite the hands and exhale through Namaste. Back down through towards the floor, fingertips to the floor. Turn the palms out, inhale, stretch up. Look up, hands unite, exhale through Namaste. And again, turn the palms out, inhale, arms out and up, hands together, exhale through Namaste. Now we're going to come off the brick, come onto your hands and remove the brick. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see my feet. Bring the knees and feet together and tuck your toes under. As you tuck your toes under, do your best to bring the balls of the feet directly under the heels. It might be helpful to lift the knees off the floor for a moment, and then as you place the knees back down onto the floor, bring them as close to the toes as you can so that you've got the balls of the feet underneath the heels, vertically under the heels. Stretching through the Achilles tendons and the calf muscles. Watch that you're not leaning forward. Can you keep your torso vertically top the pelvis? Settle and relax the toes. And again, we're going for our interlock. This time, press the palms forward, elbows straight. Inhale, take the arms up without causing the back ribs to squeeze in. Can you move the top rim of the pelvis on the back body down, away from the back ribs? Then exhale the arms down, swap the interlock. Press the palms forward, elbows straight. Inhale, arms up. And again, keep the lower back long and broad. Lift the back ribs up, away from the back of the pelvis. And exhale, arms down. Now we're going to press into the hands. If you feel stiff, you can bring the brick underneath your hands. And then we'll lift into Uttanasana. So you can lean, whether it's into your brick or into the floor. Lift up the hips, take your feet apart. Hip width. And come into Uttanasana. Draw the breastbone forward. If you feel the hamstrings are willing, you can come all the way, fingertips to the floor. Draw the breastbone forward. Shoulder tips press back towards your hips. Take a few breaths here. Now, for the sake of the camera angles, I'm going to turn myself around and then let's be in down face dog pose. So we'll walk the hands forward and walk the feet back, depending on where your feet and hands are relative to the edges of the mat. Push into the floor, lift the hips away from the ribs, and take your time in slowly descending the heels. So as the heels descend, work at maintaining the lift through the sitting bones. Then we're going to bring the knees back down onto the floor. Have your knees about hip width apart and cross the shins. Bring the right shin underneath the left. And then can you come back all the way onto the buttocks for simple cross legs? Keep the knees and feet contained within the boundary of your mat. Take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, then come into a forward bend. Hands shoulder width apart. If you feel stiff in the hips, feel free to use a brick underneath your hands or 2 bricks, 1 per hand. Sternum forward. Use your exhalations to allow for the hips to soften. Then raise the head up, slide the hands back in. We're going to come back over the knees onto the hands for dog pose. So you might like to tuck the feet in or pull the feet in significantly so you can roll over onto the knees, press into the hands, uncross the shins, and come back into your down face dog pose. Now let's bend the knees again, knees to the floor. Cross the left shin underneath the right, and then come to sit back. Set your feet and knees in line with each other. Sit them within the boundary of your mat. And inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, reach the arms forward, shoulder width hands. Slide forward. And again, use your exhalations to relax your hips. Now raise the head up, slide the hands back in, and once more we're going to roll over the knees. So pull the feet in closer to you, roll over, come over onto the knees, onto the hands, tuck your toes and lift into your dog pose. So once more, as you descend the heels, keep the sitting bones lifted, press the head of the thighs up. We're going to come back down onto the knees, hip width knees, cross the right shin underneath the left, and then come all the way back onto the buttocks once more. We're in simple cross legs, right shin in front. This time we're going to lean over onto the right hand, lean the hand onto the floor, and take the left arm up and over. So you're doing a sideways stretch. You can bend the right elbow towards the floor, but keep the left buttock on the floor. Then come back up, and let's go to the other side. Lean into the left hand. You can bend the left elbow, stretching sideways, right arm over to the side, keep the right buttock on the floor. Then come back up, and once more, let's tuck the feet in, roll over the knees, come onto your hands, lift your hips up for your dog pose. And then again, back down onto your knees, cross the left shin underneath the right, come to sit back onto the buttocks. Now our left shin is in front for our simple cross legs. Lean into the right hand. You can bend the elbow as you stretch sideways. Keep the left buttock down. Then come back up and go to the left side. Pressing into the left hand, lean over to the left, but keep the right buttock down. Then come back up, and once more, pull the feet in, roll over the knees, come onto the hands, and lift back into your dog pose. Walk your hands back to the feet, Come back to our Uttanasana, be on the fingertips, draw the breastbone forward. And then if you feel you can go further, walk your hands back, take them onto the floor on either sides of your mat, bend the elbows and fold down. As you fold down, keep the kneecaps gripped, keep the front thighs gripped. Let's see that on your exhalations, the abdomen can soften and retreat. And slowly raise the head up. And we're going to walk the hands forward again for our dog pose. A couple of breaths here. And then we'll bend the knees apart, big toes touch. Buttocks back to the heels. Stretch the arms forward so we're in Ardha Mukha Virasana. Downward facing hero pose. Now we're going to do the sideways variation of this. So walk your hands around to the right. Turn the left chest towards the right thigh. Keep both buttocks back and down. Then walk back through the center and all the way around to the left. Hands are shoulder width. Move the right armpit chest towards the inner left leg. Then come back through the center. One last stretch forward in the midline here. And walk the hands in, come to sit up. We're going to now do the revolved variation of that, and we'll use 2 bricks. Let's place 1 brick flat for the side of the head. We're going to twist to the right side first. I've got a blade-shaped brick for my right hand, and I sweep the left arm through underneath the body. As I twist to my right, then I've got the left side of the head on the flat brick, right hand on the blade-shaped brick, and I'm peeling the right chest up towards the ceiling as I press the right hand firmly into my blade-shaped brick. And then slowly coming up, I'll keep this brick here for my head, blade-shaped brick in the left hand, and I'll sweep the right arm through towards the left side, come onto the outer left shoulder and the side of the left head. I keep the left elbow lifting up towards the ceiling rather than dropping it down. That way my chest has got space. I'm turning the left chest up towards the ceiling, broadening the right side of the back. And then slowly come out of the twist. And let's do 1 more dog pose. Reach the arms forward, broaden the palms. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, lift up your hips. Slowly descend the heels. Open the back of the knees as you lift the buttocks up. Smooth, slow, steady breathing. Then bend the knees and feet together. Buttocks back to the heels. Cross the forearms, rest your forehead down on your forearms and relax. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me. For more in-depth teaching, check out the video library on my website, heatherkitchenyoga.com.au. The link is in the description box below.